Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Robocraft, and welcome to the WolfCopter, the newest bot currently in the store. Today we're going to be having a go at it and explaining exactly why I think this is quite a good deal in comparison to the other bots. So, let's get started with this thing. First of all, it is a tier 7 helicopter, and a very sturdy one at that. It's actually using a mixture of tier 8 armor cubes and tier 5, although it doesn't quite look like it yet. These are tier 8, those tier 8, and it doesn't actually mention them in here, so yeah, that's pretty darn cool. Secondly, it's actually pretty cheap. It might seem expensive here, but you can get it 70% off if you simply go to this site, which will give you a code to use in-game, and if you do this, it will also give you 3 months of premium, which is absolutely wonderful. And let's get out of this and let's have a look at the one I've actually bought. Let's actually center it as well, because it comes uncentered for some reason. So, there we go. So essentially, this bot is the new Overwolf. The last Overwolf, of course, was the ground version with the walker legs and everything, which came with the amazing looking wolf legs, which I bought a hell of a lot of because how cool they looked. It's actually pretty good, so in gameplay it actually works pretty well, and just for that one reason, I certainly think it's worth taking a look if you are considering supporting the free jam team. I think this is probably one of the better options currently. That's just my take on it. It's fairly cheap. If you go to the site, like I said, it is 70% off, which means it's about $7, I think it is. I think it's $7 or your regional equivalent. I think it comes to about £5 if you are in England. If you are in the UK, I have no idea about euros because I'm not good with getting money all transitioned and stuff. So yes, it comes with tier 8 blocks, it comes with tier 7 plasmas, it comes with all sorts of goodies for you to try it out and mess around with, and it comes with 6 helicopter blades, making it annoyingly hard to take out of the sky. From the games I've played, I think I've figured out that it can generally take 3 of them being lost before it really loses control and starts just plummeting to the earth. So on top of all that, it also comes with what's it called? It's a altimeter. Yes, so it comes with an altimeter, a single vapor trail, a Robocraft hollow flag, the full mask, and many other little things like that, which is really, really good, considering the mask itself costs... Oh, you can't get any more. You can no longer buy the mask separately. That's something I didn't know. I thought you could. Okay, well, you can't actually buy the mask separately, so it's the only way now to get the mask, so there's another reason to get it. You used to be able to get it separately, so that's that. Once you get it, your CPU will be raised and everything like that. But let's get into what we should be doing, Stone Threads. The important thing of today. We're going to be going into a match and seeing how well this thing actually does. Personally, before we even get started, the one thing I do not like about this vehicle is the placement of the plasmas. I do not like having these two on top. I find it very difficult to aim the guns correctly with all guns actually hitting the target. Perhaps that's just me, but personally, I am going to change it around a little bit, having the weapons at the bottom, perhaps a higher tier single plasma here as opposed to the 2 on the top. But that's just me. I'm going to leave it as it is though for the match because, well, that's the best way to test out the vehicle as you buy it. So back in a second with our very first match. Okay, here we are with our first match, and I'm actually somewhat surprised not to see an Overwolf on our team. For the last few tier 7 matches rather I've played on my other robots, all I keep seeing is these things, and I'm actually quite pleased with that as I've been playing a rail mostly, so any helicopter is a welcome addition in the enemy team. But today, no, it seems we are quite alone. Ooh, that's a very agile little flight. Oh, it's only got the little back rudders. That flies curiously well, considering I guess it's just a very light vehicle. Anyway, I'm a bit distracted. Today we're meant to be fighting and testing out this lovely vehicle here. As you can see, it actually handles beautifully, and that's because of the very well spaced out rotor blades, making it a remarkably easy to fly thing. However, it's still a helicopter, which means it still handles like one, which isn't what I really liked. Oh look, there's one. There's a Overwolf. Hello. Haha, we hit our fellow Overwolf in the face. Did I just lose a bit of my mask? I didn't. Excellent. The face is still intact. The important thing here. Ooh, he's being healed. That's not good for us. Can we perhaps get that SMG with 4 of our shots? Yes, we are being railed, however. As you can see, this thing can actually take a hit quite well, which is a nice change to most helicopters. Okay, I'm going to zerg this, which is a terrible idea because he didn't unload all of his guns, but I feel if we can get a good shot in the middle of him, since he does look quite frail, we might be able to take him down before he can do too much damage to us. There we go. Lovely. We do have tier equivalent weapons, so we're not exactly a weak thing, but Done. Having some of our guns on top, I do find, as like I said earlier, a huge negative. But we are now showing how well this thing can take damage for a copter. I mean, that took a bit of a... How did we die to the SMG? We didn't die to it. Wait, how did we die to the SMG after we got out of... Sometimes a little bit of lag makes games very odd. Okay, well I think that's a good way of showing how well we take damage. Let's see if we can actually get into another match and actually do a bit better though. We still got a kill, we took out a rail one-on-one, and we did a fair bit of damage. I'm not displeased with that match, but like I say, I'm generally the type of helicopter that doesn't really go for air-to-air engagements, and I just kind of shy away from them if possible and flee from them if I can. So having the two on top, although it is useful, it certainly makes air-to-air combat a lot easier. I personally would much rather have the guns on the bottom so that my bombing runs are a bit more effective, so I have less chance of, you know, being hit by rails, SMGs, etc. before we take them out. But that's just me, and we're going to, as I say, continue in the same format that it's given to us. So back in a second with another match. And we are back for the second match with the WolfCopter, however you want to call it. The WolfCopter, in fact, I've just saw it on under my name. So hopefully we'll do better this time. We won't do a decent match, we'll actually have a victory, we'll get some RP and everything will be glorious for us. And because we don't need to test damage anymore, we've already took enough damage, we'll just do damage. We can do damage this time, that's the thing. I must say, the body is very odd on this thing. I always think it looks like an overwolf has had its organs kind of stretched out. That's what I always see when I look at this thing. No one I can actually see out there to go for. Don't really want to go straight ahead. We can take damage, but we are still a copter. And does have all the negatives associated with it. Is there an enemy there, or is it just shooting into the air randomly? Who knows? There's a copter over there. One enemy has died. Enemy there, the SMG. Not particularly big one either. Let's fire now and down. And direct hit, lovely. 20% of his health gone, and we weren't detected. Can we do it again? That's the question. He stopped still for some reason. There he goes. He's trying to shoot us, so we're going to shoot back. Add a huge chunk of damage to him. Wonder where he's going. Looks like he's going that way. Can just fire out of luck and move back. Okay. Oop. One of us over there. Well, he was on the enemy team. We're never getting two overwolves on our team. Ah, it's like a little snail turtle thing. Okay, let's go for the medic instead. I think he just killed the other SMG, so we're pretty much good to go here. At least a little bit safer than we were. Yes! Got the back of him and down he goes. Or at least the control of him's gone, that's the important thing. And we kill the walker, excellent. Now let's get this guy. Oh, the SMG's over there. Oh, no, sorry, no, that's another SMG, it's a different one to the one I was already shooting at. And the SMG's gonna get killed, or am I gonna get killed? Yay, Lapis gets the kill, excellent. Even better result. SMG Walker, that's always a little bit nerve-wracking because you can't hide behind things quite as well. Where's the SMG gone? Okay, that's a little SMG hover, that's not quite what I wanted. I was hoping it'd be a cruiser. Because that way it can't... Because that way my plasma explosion is much easier to hit him with. Whereas with a hover, you've kind of got to hit them straight on like that. Okay, lovely. And let's fire again, and down we go, as fast as we can, so he doesn't get shot on us. He's going to go for that rail, I think. But can we perhaps hit him again? We can, lovely, still got at least 2 guns left. That thing does not want to be crippled. There we go, lovely, GG. That was a nice match, and that was showing off that was just showing off helicopters in general, honestly. They're really good at just sticking their nose out and shooting 50,000 RP. Lovely. Actually, for a tier 7 match, that is remarkably good. Okay, so that is the overwolf in taking damage and in dealing damage as well. But as you just saw in that match, these 2 guns were useless the entire match. So once again, I go back to the same thing I've been saying this entire time, and I will continue to say, these guns should be down here somewhere. I don't know where, but I really love them to be down there. Just an extra bit of damage. So they're tier 7s. So we don't actually have tier 8s, but let's just buy a quick tier 8 just to see something. The tier 8 looks like it's going to have the same footprint as a tier 7. That's a big thing. Because that means we could put it there. And then remove these two. Oh, it's still a bit too much. Okay. Oh, these two are tier 8s. Okay, so... Oh, no, I was wrong about something else. Okay, so these two are tier 8s. Yeah, it did say various tiers. So those two are tier 8s. And the top two are tier 7. So it does actually have more of its damage concentrated on the top. But even then, I would still prefer them on the bottom. But it is just me. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people would argue against me and say, actually, it's better in the current location because it means you're more flexible. For instance, if something gets on top of you, it's very easy just to shoot them right now because your guns already function in that way. Did I go there? Where did they originally go? Excuse me, Mr. Overwolf, where did your guns normally go? Okay, we are in the correct place. Okay, so let's do one last match. Let's see if we do another good match. And yeah, that'll be the end of showing off the new bot. Like I say, I like showing off things like this because I think this is a great way to support Free Jam. I mean, it's a free-to-play game and supporting them always does help. I like supporting devs like this because they're good devs. And honestly, everything seems to be good. So, back in a second. Okay, here we are for the last match on the exact same map as before. Let's see if we can get some stuff done. Okay, so definitely an SMG over there. The two SMGs just trading fire. So I do need to be aware of that. There's a plasma over there, less aware of, and there's a flyer. An interceptor, okay, that was my worst fear there. But sadly, sometimes that happens. Okay, go for that walker. Lovely hit there. And we're going down as there's an SMG to the left in addition to what I was just after them. Where are you? There you are. You're a plasma walker. Where's the SMG walker? I don't care about you too much. A little bit too short. Okay, the SMG is actually underneath the thing, underneath the bridge, I think. There he is. Spotted by both of them. Oh, beautiful halfling is gone, but here's some. Well, here's a nasty bite. I think he's got over-tiered weapons. That would explain why he was so frail. However, there is a medic, which is a huge problem. Oh, I thought it was a plasma. Oh, I see. It's the Tesla symbol. I mistook it for plasma on a quick glance. Let's see if we can punish him for healing the enemy. Excellent. At the very minimum, we've really slowed down that healer. Oh, wow, we just killed the SMG. The shot must have ricocheted. Brilliant. I just looked at it. I heard the kill noise, and I was like, oh, well, my teammate must have got a kill. Nope. Make the fight a little bit less fair for that SMG. Ah, darn it. Sadly, we didn't quite save our comrade, but to do a fair bit of damage. Can we get this rail? Oh, I'm going to focus on the rail, even though it's a medic very much there. Because I was hoping we could possibly get a one-shot kill. Still got two guns. Can't be completely complacent. Okay, there he goes. One enemy remains. There he is. It is a plasma cruiser or plasma tank. I didn't quite hear. Huge chunk of damage onto him. Move back. Let's see if we can hit him before he hits us. There we go. Beautiful. That was a lovely match. Two really good matches. Sorry if I was a bit monotone though. I was so focusing. I must show this vehicle doing well. Honestly, I do like the vehicle. It handles so smoothly. So, yeah, so in threats, that is the Overwolf, the WolfCopter in a nutshell. As I keep saying, what I'm going to change is these two guns, and that's about it, really. I like all the rest of the design. I may be changing the thrusters just for a few sideways thrusters, as I do find it's turning to be, although extremely smooth, a little bit slow. I may even consider changing the shield at the back, and that's all I'd really do to it. How it's all structured, how it's all placed together like this, makes it incredibly difficult to knock off one piece by just, clipping the side. Also, there's a lot of redundant armour, meaning there's a good chance that things don't get knocked off. So there's a lot of good points to this vehicle. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff really helps out me, helps out the channel, and of course it just means that Robocraft is still a series you are interested in and want to see more of, which is the important part of liking and doing all that feedbacky stuff. So thank you, goodbye, have a lovely day, and of course, do take care.